Hello everyone, how are you? In today's video, I want to show you this winter cozy still life that I painted with gouache. It took almost 10 hours to paint it, and although it was such a big work, I am very happy with how it came out. I have a picture tutorial on my website with step-by-step instructions about how you can paint this too. I usually publish a picture tutorial every month in the first week of every month, and I will continue doing this in 2025. In this video, I want to show you especially how to practice painting vapors or steams before adding them on your main painting, because you know that gouache reactivates easily and you don't want the layers underneath to melt when you paint vapors, because you want to obtain such a light effect, nothing too heavy over the cup, especially if there are currents or like winds moving the vapors to the left or to the right. It depends what effect you want to obtain, that it's even more advanced. However, let's start. I will just show you how to practice this interesting effect. The first way in which you can paint vapors is to try it out on a different piece of paper first, separated from your main painting. So I am going to do this on black paper. This is mixed media paper, is not watercolor paper, but it can still take some water. We'll see how this comes out. You can sketch something with a light color pencil, a small cup or another type of container, just to have a reference point. And I won't sketch the vapors. I will just show you how to paint them directly. You mix white. If you have dry white gouache, it's even better because it will be less sticky. But any type of white gouache, it's fine. Just make sure that you mix a small amount with a lot of water in order to have milky consistencies and more than one consistency. More and more watery. The more you dilute this with water, the better, because you want the steam to be transparent and very, very light. And then you just paint curly vapors, and I suggest to start from the base, because at the base your brush will release more color. And then you curl them upwards. It's important to use only one brush stroke, not too much. And you can push the vapors, for example, to the left. Imagine a current that is pushing the vapors in that direction. It doesn't have to be thought too much. Try to just paint some natural lines. A little disorder is fine. And curl them as much as you want. Now I will let this dry. It will dry very fast. And while it dries, I am going to take this other brush. This is a watercolor brush number 6, and it holds more water. And I will show you that with this one, the effect is quite different because it has more water. And here you can obtain like a cloud of vapors. You can use it always starting with the point, and then you create more body for the steam. With this brush, the effect is more transparent, but it's all the same. You obtain more variations and more natural curves with a harder brush. However, I wanted to show you what happens if your brush is softer. Maybe you like this effect more. Now, because I'm painting on black mixed media paper, it's kind of difficult to stop. However, you will have to paint with less movements when you paint over a gouache background. So while this dries, let me show you this one that I painted for the picture tutorial. And here I have a background painted with thick gouache paint. And over it, I painted with white gouache. I just practiced to see what happens if I paint with white and a lot of water over it. And of course here, if I just continue stroking it, the white will mix with the brown, and it might not be the best idea. It takes a lot of experience to paint like this and to not mess everything. So I just suggest to do only a small stroke, only one, and then to let it dry. And once everything is completely dry, you just take your liner brush, and at this point, with a white in a thicker consistency, you can add some details. Let's call them highlights. For example, here I can add a little bit more. And this is how I build the body of the steam. Because it is transparent, it is light, but I want it to be present. And there is light hitting it as well. And this is how you continue building all the curves. Just don't overwork it and do your best to keep a soft light effect. For example, here on black paper, I will continue with the highlights. My favorite is the one from the left because it has more disorder. I think this one looks too... It doesn't have a lot of variety. It's transparent all in the same way because I used a watercolor soft brush. So for example, here I will just add some highlights. Just use your intuition. You just want to have some movement over there. And the vapor will continue upwards. This is almost like dry brushing because this brush can't hold a lot of water. Here, for example, I can add some highlights as well. But I still don't like how it comes out with this brush. If all your brushes are soft, try to use the liner brush instead and paint with thinner lines. So that was all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to paint this winter cozy still life, I invite you to follow the picture tutorial that you can find on my website. You can find the link down below. Thank you everyone for being here with me on this painting journey, and see you in the next video. Goodbye!